Chad Reuter, NFL.com, did 16 day 3 picks that could compete for starter snaps as rookies. 11 of 157 day 3 picks started 8 or more games last year, up 1 from the 2023 draft class, but down from 16 in 2022. So not a lot of these guys have a rookie impact, but Chad Reuter, he's picking Jaydon Blue as one of them.
Yeah,
Brian, I bet you probably agree with that.
I absolutely. We'll see like the whole question, and we'll talk about it a bunch until we see. Can he make sure that he has secure the ball? That's the big thing, the fumbles, and once that, if teams know that he has a problem with that, they're going to try and tackle that ball. But the more that he's able to kind of hold on to things, and you'll get teams not to go after as much. But, man, he has got a chance to be a big-time player for you.
If he's not the guy, I think your scheme better be amazing because I think you could be in real trouble. I don't see either of the other players they have, Lipke, Vaughn, Williams, Sanders, none of them can be guys that you can build a rushing attack around. If it's not Blue, you're done for or need to make a trade.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I guess you could cross your fingers that the Clemson guy, old Maffa, can give you a little something. But of the veterans that you have in there, and Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders, there's no confidence whatsoever. Jaydon Blue's got to be an impact player for you, and he has that ability. I think the instant impact is obvious there. Yeah. But I'm looking to give Javonte Williams as little a touches as possible.
Yeah, me too. I think there's
throw it
there's
to him, let him block, that kind of stuff. Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm with you on that.
Interesting. Does Maffa compare? Remember Jalen Smith's brother? What was his name? Rod Smith. Running back. He was big.
Kind of. Yeah.
Just couldn't make anybody miss.
No, very similar. Kind of what they call a track runner. Okay. You get on the track and just kind of go. Yeah, very similar to that type. I mean, he can be very, very physical with the ball in hand. That's his bread and butter right there. Handing the ball, let him hit the hole, and then try and let people he'll bounce off some people, but he's not going to create a whole heck of a lot for you.
Okay, Nick Eatman, DallasCowboys.com, also writing about running back today as we're going through here the CNOTE, the latest headlines here on America's team. The focus is, okay, here's the takeaway. How interesting is this? Both Williams and Sanders have had seasons where they caught 50-plus passes in a season. Obviously, Jaydon Blue is a guy that made plays in the passing game, the 2 touchdowns against Ohio State in the playoffs and all that. Most everybody saw that. But the big takeaway is, are the Cowboys getting ready to deploy an army of running backs that are constantly going to be making the defense wonder, are they running it or catching it? We got guys coming out of the backfield. That's the kind of creativity, I think, that asks questions of the defense that could give you an edge. And if you have multiple of them, you're not going to worry about them getting tired, So I think that would be that to me makes me wonder as Nick's writing about that. Do they have in mind that we're going to have this super versatile running back room so we can constantly give you that look of, are we running or are we passing? And, hopefully start to get some more favorable looks for Dak and man downfield.
Yeah, the problem is if you just have no productive running backs, then they don't care at all about you. They won't respect your run game in any way. You know, those guys still have to be productive. I understand the glass half full way of looking at it there. For Nick, you're trying to keep teams off balance for sure. But if nobody really is a threat when you do hand him the ball, then what the heck does it matter? It's going to be same old, same old. Dak, can you beat us?
Yeah, and then that's when, I think scheme and offensive line could make the opportunity so great, but you're one player away at least at left tackle from having that kind of an offensive line, and we can keep our fingers crossed the scheme is there. But I like, that sort of, mindset, and maybe the players aren't there, but the window into what the coaching staff is thinking. I like the process. I like the setup. Maybe it's not the right players. We go to Richard Paulinelli, Inside the Star headline, is 2025 Mozzie Smith's last chance. Is he that bad, Brian?
Oh, I think that we've talked about how he's improved in division games. The Giants games, Commanders, Eagles, played much better, was more of a consistent player. But, yeah, I think so. That if Mozzie Smith goes out and you don't see growth, you don't see more consistency, more consistent play, we're going to be talking about one technique guys. Maybe JT will come in and help, but I think that this is really kind of the balls in Mozzie's court right now. He's got to come out and be able to play much better than what he showed at times last year.
This Tiger Besh, Jack Besh story is just so sad, isn't it? I think this is probably the third or fourth time I've seen it up there on the TV. Just unbelievable, how those things come together like that. Connor Live say headline blogging the boys: the Cowboys still need to decide on a starting nickel corner. Your options to work with: you brought in Kyer Elam, you had Kalen Carson, you had Josh Butler, Mukuamu, and then some long shots there. If the third rounder Ravel is healthy, how is this cornerback configuration going to come together?
He's a boundary guy, isn't he?
It's. I don't think you're going to. I don't think you're going to play him inside. So,
but does that free up Bland to go inside at that point?
Yeah, you could play Bland on the inside, but you can maybe think about playing Carson too. Would be another way that you might navigate that. Carson, listen, if Carson can show up at the OTAs, the mini camps, and go out there and look like okay, he can handle this, because he is capable. He is capable of being a good corner for you. He just got caught in a situation where he got hurt in training camp. He missed a lot of time, and then they threw him into the action, and he wasn't ready to play. His confidence wasn't any good. So he needs to come back in a different mindset for this football team. And if he does, that will surely help them with their situation of how they're going to line up and try and defend like 11 personnel stuff.
Do you think they're reckless with what they have healthy to start a season, or will this be sufficient? Kind of looks like they're hoping the line of scrimmage is great and their linebackers are pretty good.
I think they're hoping their front seven are pretty good, yeah.
Because Ravel likely week one, he'll either be hurt or will be a rookie.
Yeah, right now the bet, I believe he'll be ready to go. That's just kind of what I think right now. But like for Diggs, no, I don't think Diggs will be ready to go, but I think Ravel will be ready. And if that's the case, yeah, you're putting a rookie out there, but man, that kid sure is talented.
CBS Sports wrote one reason for optimism for all 32 teams after the draft and free agency. What'd they do for the Cowboys?
That they address the right guard spot.
No, I might go for that. They said Dak Prescott returning to health.
Okay.
Dallas can look forward to getting their starting quarterback on the field and healthy. Last season, Dak was limited to just 8 games due to a hammy. Landed him on the injured reserve, but he's expected to be healthy. While the veterans' 2-5 playoff record casts doubt on his ability to push the Cowboys through the postseason. Prescott is 76-46 throughout the regular season, which sets up Dallas for a rebound after a 7-10 season in 2024. I hope he's healthy, and I don't hold the playoff record that much against him. I think lesser quarterbacks have won the Super Bowl, but I just don't know if he's going to be healthy right now. I think that's questionable journalism.
Yeah. There's no way to know for sure exactly what you're going to get from a health standpoint with him, and how mobile is he going to be. I mean, that's one of the biggest remaining questions as we go into the season. Obviously, we'll get a taste in Oxnard for how he's moving around and whatnot, but you won't know until you get into the season. And I think it'll be a hold your breath type season. Every time he takes off, or every time he gets hit, you're going to be like, is he going to get back up here?
Yeah, it's going to take a while to rebuild that confidence, and I don't know how bold he's going to be. Dak Prescott, I mean, has been a really productive quarterback, but he's really been at his best when he could run a little bit. And now we're at a point in his career where we might actually be talking about, no, don't run at all. Don't get chased down. You're going to have to be throwing it away because we have to now avoid injury. And I think it was at that point with Tony Romo where they were like, okay, we need a succession plan here. We can't continue much longer like this. And you know what? Dak has had the leg, and then the shoulder, and the calf again, and now to add this hamstring to it, I think an injury of substance this year makes the Cowboys pretty inclined to move on by the time we get to next spring. I think the end could come pretty quick.